Hello and welcome. This is Sports Review on iBrandTV. It's a pleasure as usual to have you join us on this show. Here we talk about the stories that are trending in the world of sports. And on today's show, we'll be talking about basketball and of course Formula 1. Lewis Hamilton is in the news once again. We'll be talking about him. Yes, it looks like we always talk about Lewis Hamilton on this show. But when you're big, you're big. Hamilton is in the news once again. But this time around, sadly, it's not about good news. It's bad news for him. Yeah, he's positive with COVID-19. We'll be talking about that and how it affects the race that is coming up later this weekend. And of course, we will not be leaving out football. The Nigeria Professional Football League is no longer starting. Sad. Yes, very sad for those of us that are lovers of the NPFL. We'll be talking about that one too. And then we'll take a look at the games that went down the UEFA Champions League on Tuesday night. Lots and lots of games went down. And there are lots and lots of drama. Group B is looking like the king of drama. We'll take a look at that. And Real Madrid is possibly going to be playing in the Europa League. Don't go anywhere where we'll get back from this break. We'll dive right into all of the stories. I'll be your host on today's show. My name is Judechi Chidiezere. Welcome back. This is still Sports Review on iBrandTV. Now let's start off with a big man. His name is Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, it looks like we always talk about him. But like I said, when you're big, you're big. There is no Saki Grand Prix for Hamilton. Hamilton is out of that one that will be holding right there in Bahrain. Hamilton was said to have tested positive for COVID-19 on Monday. According to Formula 1, they said the 2020 world champion. Remember, he won the world championship that held last month right there at the Turkish Grand Prix. Hamilton is out of the Saki Grand Prix that is expected to go down this weekend in Bahrain. According to Formula 1, Hamilton woke up on Monday with mild symptoms and returned a positive test. Means that he's not going to be able to feature for Mercedes in the Saki Grand Prix that is holding right there in Bahrain. Hamilton is not the first person, well, he's not the only one from his team to have tested positive for COVID-19. He tested positive alongside one of the members of the Mercedes team, and they are said to be undergoing self-isolation right now. At the moment, they are out of that one. And Hamilton, like I was saying earlier, is not the first to be testing positive for COVID-19 in the Formula 1. He's not the first driver. He's the third driver to test positive. The first was Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez turned positive at Silverstone. And then there was Lance Stroll, who turned positive in Germany. Hamilton is the third right now, the third driver to have tested positive for COVID-19. And like I told you, he's out of that one. Mercedes now are saying they are going to announce a new person. Well, before I got into the studio, they announced a new person that would be replacing Hamilton at the Saki Grand Prix. He's the only 22-year-old George Russell. Yes, like I told you just before I got into the studio, Mercedes said that the 22-year-old Russell would be replacing Hamilton at the Saki Grand Prix. It's a big shoe for Russell to fill, and it's what he said in his Twitter page, that he's not capable of replacing Hamilton. Russell is a 2018 FIA Formula 2 champion and a 2017 GP Series champion, and he's saying it's a big shoe for him to replace Hamilton at the Saki Grand Prix that is coming up right there in Bahrain later this weekend. Hamilton is expected, would most likely, if he doesn't test negative in time, would most likely also be missing out at the Abu Dhabi race that is coming up on December the 13th. Well, hopefully, Hamilton will be fit enough for that final race of the season later in December. We all hope to see the big man return to action before the one that goes down in Abu Dhabi. Now let's move over from that and talk about basketball. Yes, Engineer Musa Kida, the president of the Nigeria Basketball Federation, he's talking tough. Well, people love to talk tough, but it's good to talk tough when you know your team is doing it. Who is doing it? It's the one, the only D Tigers. He's saying the D Tigers are capable of showing world teams that they are a force to be reckoned with. Kida is not the only one talking. The coach of the D Tigers, his name Mike Brown, he's also saying that African teams, they have the potential to compete with some of the best. Yes, he's saying African teams have the potential to compete with some of the best national teams in the world. Mike Brown, you already know, is an ex-Golden State Warriors coach, and he's now plying his trades with the Nigerian basketball senior men team, the D-Tigers as they are popularly called. He's saying the D-Tigers, well, most of the African teams are physically gifted, but will need things to be put in perspective by the African Basketball Federation. That's what the coach of the basketball team is saying. He's in charge of the senior men's basketball team. Let me leave you with this one by Coach Mike Brown and what he said about African basketball teams.
The game of basketball in Africa is unique from the standpoint that every team you look at, there's length, there's athleticism, and there's quickness. And so now, putting that all together and trying to bring out the max potential that each of these African countries has is something that everybody's striving for. And once that's done, I think that basketball in Africa is going to take off because physically it's there. A lot of gifted players physically, and now we just, like I said, have to get a little organized, have to get more coaching, a little bit more structure, and then we can compete with the best of them around the world.
You've already heard Coach Mike Brown. You've already heard what he said, and like I told you earlier, Engineer Musa Kida, the president of the Nigeria Basketball Federation, is also saying something similar, but he narrows it down to the D-Tigers, and he said the D-Tigers are a team that is showing once again how powerful they are. He was speaking with already a popular radio station, Brila FM. Many of you know already. He said during that interview with Brila FM that the D-Tigers are showing that they are a powerful team that have to be reckoned with. And he also added that the D-Tigers current players, the ones that are playing for Nigeria and the ones that are available for Nigeria, are strong enough to worry any African team. You already know the D-Tigers have been showing their mettle right there at the qualifying series that's holding in Rwanda. They've won 3 of 3 games, capable of showing that they are a force to be reckoned with, according to Engineer Musa Kida. Now we'll be going on a quick break, and when we get back from this one, we'll still be talking about Nigeria, but this time around it's going to be about football, and it's the Nigeria Professional Football League. They are saying it's no longer starting in December. Sad news, sad news. Well, don't go anywhere. When we get back from this break, we'll dive right into that one. Yes, you're still locked onto Sports Review right here on iBrandTV. I hope you didn't go anywhere. Now let's talk about the Nigeria Professional Football League, the NPFL. We were all hoping to see the league return on Sunday, December the 6th. The LMC are now saying, no, it is not starting this weekend. Sad news for us, sad news for you who was expecting to see Ayimba, you who was expecting to see Abia Warriors back in action. LMC are telling us, no, the league is not returning this weekend. According to Harry Iwala, who is a spokesperson for the league management company, he's saying it was just a mere speculation. Let me read in his own words what he said. He says, did you read any report from the LMC website or receive a media release that the league was going to kick off on Sunday, December the 6th? Like I said, he's saying this were just discussions between LMC and the NPFL club sides. And he's saying that these reports are just mere speculations, that the LMC would release an official statement through the right channel. So you're hearing it from the horse's mouth right now. The league is not going to kickstart this weekend, as we all thought. We are going to have to wait for another while for the league to return. Yes, I know we are tired of waiting, but we don't have a choice. That is what the LMC are telling us right now. Remember, the league ended abruptly after the coronavirus pandemic hampered the former season that was on and ended in March. Now, the season that was expected to resume this December, expected to resume before the new year, is now going to be shifted once again. There's no new date yet. Everything is still tentative. The fixtures are already out, but it's now the date that we are all waiting for. When it returns, I guess it will be shouts of joy. At the stadium of Agege, I guess it will be shouts of joy right there in Owerri, in Jos, in Kano, in Aba. Everybody are expecting to see the league return. Only time will tell. LMC, You are the one we are waiting for. Now let's talk about the games that went down in the UEFA Champions League on Tuesday night. Lots and lots of teams making it through to the group stage alongside those that already made it through. But some teams are likely on their way out. Yes, the majestic, the mighty, the big team, Real Madrid, could just be heading to the Europa League. They could be playing alongside the likes of Arsenal, the small boys of Europe, if you like to call them that. That's where Real Madrid are heading to right now. But Zinedine Zidane, the head coach of Real Madrid, is saying that he's not giving up. He's saying that he's not going to resign. A lot are already calling for his resignation. They lost their own game yesterday, 2-0 to Shakhtar Donetsk, and Zidane is saying that he's not giving up. Now let me run you quickly through some of the games that went down on Tuesday night in the UEFA Champions League. Lots and lots of games, like I told you. They went down yesterday night. Lokomotiv Moscow took on RB Salzburg, and Salzburg in that game had Karim Adeyemi, the 18-year-old. Karim Adeyemi scoring in that one in the 81st minute of the game, setting a record for RB Salzburg as the youngest player to score for them ever in the Champions League. Atletico took on Bayern Munich. That one ended 1-1, and it ended Bayern Munich's 15-game unbeaten, well, their 15-game winning streak, actually, it's been running, and one of them, you remember, the 8-2 game against Barcelona last season. In Group B was Shakhtar Donetsk and Real Madrid. I've already told you about that. Real Madrid hanging by a thread right now. Borussia Mönchengladbach took on Inter Milan. Lukaku can't stop scoring 2 goals for Inter Milan in that 3-2 win. FC Porto took on Man City. That one ended in a goalless draw. Marseille took on Olympiacos and ended in a 2-1 victory for Marseille, who had Dimitri Payet scoring a brace of penalties. Atalanta took on Midtjylland in Group D, ended in a 1-1 draw, and Liverpool a 1-0 victory over Ajax that had the young star, the young goalkeeper who thrilled the man, the one, the only Johan Klopp in that victory yesterday. Ended 1-0. They came close to getting 1-1, ending that game 1-1, but the keeper was brilliant for them, and Klopp said he was impressed. Ended 1-0 in favor of Liverpool. How do the groups look like for some of these teams with 1 day left, 1 match day left in the Champions League? Now let's run you through the groups right now. Bayern Munich, top of Group A, already qualified. Atletico Madrid with 6 points. RB Salzburg with 4 points. Moscow with 3 points. In Group B, the drama-filled group, it's Borussia Mönchengladbach, 8 points in that one. Shakhtar Donetsk on second with 7 points. Real Madrid with 7 points. And many people are asking, would Real Madrid be able to make it out of the group, or would they? And I will tell you, I've not seen Real Madrid play in the Europa League. This would be the first time for me watching them play in the Europa League. Would they be playing in the Europa League? They still have a chance to qualify from that group. They have 7 points right now in Group B and have 5 games played, just 1 more game to go. Inter Milan fourth on that group with just 5 points. In Group C, Man City have already qualified, 13 points garnered so far. FC Porto with 10 points, Olympiacos with 3 points, and Marseille with 3 points. In Group D, it's Liverpool who have qualified, 12 points so far for them. Atalanta with 8 points. Ajax Amsterdam with 7 points. And Midtjylland with just 0 points. Now, the games that are going down on Wednesday night, actually, lots and lots of them would be the match day 5 for many of the sides. One of them, Manchester United, taking on Paris Saint-Germain. That one is going down right there in Group H. I'll run you through the games that are going down on Wednesday night. Cuban Krasnodar will be taking on Rennes in Group E, and same as Sevilla and Chelsea, who are both qualified from the Group E. Dortmund will be taking on Lazio Club. Bruges will be taking on Zenit St. Petersburg. Ferencvaros will be taking on Barcelona, and Juventus will, on their own part, will be taking on Dynamo Kyiv. Istanbul Besiktas will be taking on RB Salzburg, RB Leipzig rather, and Manchester United will be taking on PSG. This is how it's going down in the UEFA Champions League on Wednesday night, and I'll tell you, this is not all my eye is on right now. My eye is on the match day 6 that would see Real Madrid decide if their fate would be in the UEFA Champions League, the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League, or the round of 32 of the UEFA Europa League. That's how it's going to be going down later in December. Hopefully, we get to see how that one happens. We can only wait as it stands right now. This is where I'll be calling it a wrap. on today's edition of the show. When next week come your way, we'll be talking about the Europa Leagues and of course other things that are trending in the world of sports. But till next time I come your way, ensure you stay safe. We'll be back some other time because he that fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Till next time I come your way again, ensure you stay safe like I said. My name is Judechi Chideze. Goodbye.